Hello everyone, I'm Amethyst Dream Witch and today I'm going to be doing a little bit about a safe travel spell. This was requested, so thank you for that. If there's a spell that you'd like to see that I haven't already done, please do suggest it in the comments and I will get to it, I promise. Alright. So for this is Safe Travels. Now, I have a blood spell, a blood magic spell that I did. It's technically a tattoo, but same principle to me, because obviously it's a wound in my skin that, you know, it takes from my energy constantly. And that is this lovely little symbol. Now this is it's essentially a protection spell for when I'm not at home, for when I'm out and about, and that's it. That's literally it. This is something that, you know, customs can't take away from me. I can, you know, it's on me. So whether I'm traveling around where I live, around the country, or internationally, I'm always protected. I don't have to do a charm bag or anything like that to, you know, that I'd need to declare and potentially have it taken off me. That's the thing. So that's one good thing about what I've done, but obviously tattoos aren't for everyone. You don't have to do it. It's just what I decided to do, and it does a lovely job. I've not had any issues with it. So with this, safe travels, again, it can either be around where you live, your local area, your country, you know, if you're in America, your state, you know, or even internationally if you're going, you know, to Australia, you know, internationally around the world. And so I thought, well, what could you do for, you know, what could you do spell wise? And I've got some crystals. I have quite a few crystals. There is one definitely that is good for safe travels. But I also went through all my crystals and grabbed this, this lovely bunch. So we're gonna go through it all. I'm gonna go through the crystals. I've got a list of herbs. Some of the herbs I don't actually have, and it's currently a little bit. My brain doesn't like that I don't have the herbs on the list, but I know that it's okay to not have everything that, you know, the internet books suggest as good for travel spells and so on. So, you know I don't need everything, but you know, when you want all the toys and things to ensure that you can do everything that you want when you want, that's where I come a bit of a cropper. But let's go through the crystals. So the first one, the big one, the big one, is Howlite. So it's white. There's a couple of little dark inclusions, but it's essentially white. It looks marbly. It's good for any kind of travel, home or abroad, but it can also be used to protect the home, your business, your property, your valuables. So that's the little info card. Now, I only have one piece of Howlite, which I think is a bit remiss of me. you know, I will grab some more. I'll go to my local metaphysical shop and get some. Now, did I grab any others? So other crystals that you can use, if you get anxious, amethyst, the lovely deep purple amethyst. It's a lovely, well, I say deep purple, this is a really dark purple. This is a very, very dark purple. A piece of raw. Can't really see in this light, but it is purple. I swear it is purple. This one, it is purple. I swear it is. It looks so dark. It's a darker shade of this, essentially. But of course you can get the chips where it's a little bit lighter, and this is in a dark, dark little bag. So this is a piece of amethyst. So there you go. There's a bit of purple. So it's the darker and then the light, dark bit, or another bit of amethyst. So you can get it in chip form, really dark chip form, or a lighter almost white. I mean, this is amethyst, and that's purple in the points, not on the table. I know you'll want something. I will sort you out in a bit. Watch the birdies. So, amethyst is a good one. Just for general anxiety. So if you get really anxious when you're traveling, whether it's, because you don't want to be in a car accident and you're going by car, or you don't want anything to happen to your mode of transport, whatever it is, then amethyst is a good crystal to have with you. I'm going to pop that to the side because I don't think I want to use it, but it's there if I want it. You can also carry a piece of jade for good luck. This is a piece of raw jade, but you could always use a piece of tumbled jade. But jade for good luck. It's also good for anxiety. So if you just want something to carry and just forget about it, that's a good one. This Grey Aventurine. It helps to promote inner peace, harmony, and compassion, but it's a positive and uplifting crystal, and I've only got it in chip form, so it's just a grey kind of thing. I've also got a Grey Aventurine thumbstone. This is literally just, and it's got it sits in such a way that you can rub it with your thumb to help with anxiety. So that's another one. It's a grounding, stable balance, gives a sense of harmony and calm. So this is good to carry with you if you're not the one driving and you're just a passenger. I've got some clear quartz, because clear quartz, if you don't have any other crystal, clear quartz is the general substitution. So if you've got clear quartz like I do, but you don't have any howlite, you can substitute clear quartz for it. I've got red jasper for courage. Like if you're going somewhere that you've never been, or you're traveling using a mode of transport you've never been on before. So say you're traveling by ferry to you know, somewhere, you could carry a piece of red jasper. General anxiety relief, cherry quartz. I love cherry quartz. I do like cherry quartz. And it's literally just a pinkish, sort of a deep salmony colour. And this is really good for anxiety. So that's another good one to use. Maybe not that one. Smoky quartz, it's, you know, it's a good cleanser. It's neutralizes negativity. It's also good for dispelling fear and negativity as well. So that's another crystal that you could use. You might keep the smoky quartz out actually. No, I'm going to put that away. So smoky quartz is another good one. You can have it in raw form, tumbled, whatever you like. And then I've got black tourmaline. It's good for grounding and cleansing, but it's, you know, it's to rid yourself of that negativity of, oh, we're never going to get there. You know, if there's delays, the train's delayed or a flight is delayed, then, you know, having a piece of black tourmaline around on you can help you to be like, well, no, there's got to be a good reason why this has happened. We'll still get there. Because that's what the mode of transport company has said they will do. So again, this is just one of my pieces of black tourmaline. I've got a sort of chunk of it here. Again, it, you know, whatever you can get, you can use. And then the last one is sunstone. So sunstone is all about happiness and good fortune. So if you want to be safe, you've got to be happy. You've got to not be fearful. You've got to rid yourself of that anxiety. So this is just a lovely little piece of sunstone. I quite like it. But it's the only one I have, so I'm not going to use it. That's just my personal preference, you know, each to their own. If you have some sunstone that you want to use, you can use it. Just because I'm not doesn't mean that you can't. So I'm going to be using some Howlite and some Grey Aventurine chips. Now you could put this in a little bottle and put a cork in it, seal it with some wax. I would recommend writing down what's in the bottle, especially if you're travelling internationally and you get stopped at the border and customs go, what's in it? Is it going to get opened? Are you going to dump it out in this country? Because you can then say it's sealed with wax, so it's not going to get opened. This is what's in it. And off you go. So the herbs, there's a few herbs that you can use. There's comfrey root, you know, because it's all about the comfort. Being safe is, to me, about comfort. If you feel comfortable, you probably feel safe. You're not worried or anxious. Feverfew, you know, I can't remember why I wrote that one down, but it's down there. Mint, I have mint. Mint's one of my favourites. You know, mint's just really good. Mint's just a good all-rounder. Bay leaf, I've got two different forms of bay leaves. I've got whole leaves, and then I've got bay leaves that I've crushed up a little bit that I keep separate because, you know, it's just easier to have this than it is to have to, you know, dump out half a jar of bay leaves to get to the crushed version. Now you can also add rosemary. Rosemary is a lovely herb. I love rosemary. You know, it's just nice and little. Rosemary is also the herbal substitute for any herb, essentially. So you can add rosemary into your jar. Personally, I would, you know, just because it's me and I don't travel internationally, I barely travel the country at all. It's very rare. So for me, what my safe travel spell is going to sit and just charge. It's just going to sit ready and waiting until I need it. But I'm going to put mine in a bag because it'll be easier for me to carry, and it'll be there. So I'm going to do it in one of these little sachets. Now these are the small, I think it's not quite the smallest size because I've got slightly smaller ones, but it's a small size. Now I'm thinking either green or brown for travel. I'm leaning more towards the brown. If you want to have a big massive charm bag, go for it, knock yourself out. I'm just choosing to do small because small's easier to carry. But you can also, my tattoo, by the way, was done using runes. So this is Algiz. It's the rune associated with protection. So this is general protection. And then Raido is all about travel. Not necessarily the physical side of travel, but like just going on a journey, a mental journey, a spiritual journey, where you're not actually leaving the house. Like if you're moving home, you could use just those two together to get from A to B. But if you are going on, say, you know, a week-long holiday to somewhere, you could also add in Athala, which is the home. Usually the ancestral home, but I personally think it can apply to a general home. So if you don't live where your family lives, where your parents live, then you can absolutely use this as your home, where you call home. So you can add the runes in. I'm not going to, just because I've got my tattoo, so I've used those. I've already done those, so it's fine. I'm going to set those aside, but I wanted to show that as well as herbs and crystals, you can add in things like you know, like a little wheel, runes, a little toy train. You know, if you're using a big charm bag like this, you could fit a smallish toy. But if you've got like the game pieces, you know, board game pieces, then you could always substitute those in as well. So yeah, that's that. And I'm not going to use whole bay leaves, or I might do, because that's the other thing about bay leaves, they're good for wishes. So what you can do is you can write on it safe travels and put it in your little sachet. You could put it in your wallet, in an item of clothing, and just keep it on you at all times when you're not, while you're away. But yeah, that's essentially what you can do. I'm going to add in the mint, the rosemary and the crushed bay leaf, and I'm going to use the Howlite and the Grey Aventurine as well, because I quite like the Grey Aventurine. It's calling to me. It wants to be used. Although actually, I'm going to use the Algiz and Raido wooden runes that I have with gifted. I'm going to pop those in, so it's like the basis of it is protection while traveling. So that, you know, so that's literally the base. Next, I think it's going to be the Howlite to really reinforce that. So I really do need to get more Howlite. Actually, I'm going to change how you're sitting. And then I'm going to add in the mint, because mint's a good uplifting kind of herb as I think of it. I've got a fair amount, so I can do a good spoon of it. So you'll see me use different different sized spoons for different things. I just want that minty freshness added in. You can also make your own little charm bags. Sorry, my mint is a little on the dusty side, so there's a fair amount of dust coming out of that. Need to be careful. So that's my mint. I'm not using you, I'm going to use you. So bay leaf, to me, it's like wishing, because I'm not using it in the whole leaf form. This is crushed, so this is, see, this spoon would not fit, so I can't use that one, so I'm going to use it as much, but I'm literally just adding it in because it's to add an element of wish. I wish for being safe while traveling, getting to where I want to go safely. I think I'm going to add in the Grey Aventurine now, because then it can sit and bring that positivity, that positive energy to the mix. And again, I'm using a different size spoon because I don't want to use too much of it. But that's going in. That's in there. And then the final thing I'm adding is the rosemary. Said I'd use the rosemary. Ooh, don't do that. I like rosemary. I don't know, it's a nice, it's got a nice smell to it, a nice aroma. So I'm not going to use too much because it's like that overpowering. I don't want it to overpower everything, but it is just for safe travels, making sure I get there, because rosemary can be used for cleansing. So it's literally cleansing my way of obstacles. And that's just one little spoonful. And that's it. And that's in there. The 2 runes are in there. I mean, I could technically shift that over and have them there. But that's it. That's everything I would like to add to my safe travel spell. But that's what I've done. Again, if You know, if you want to do it in a jar and seal it and then take it with you, that's absolutely fine. Just remember you're carrying, you know, if you're using herbs and flowers and seeds and things, especially with seeds and flowers, I would recommend saying that you've got them, but not necessarily that you're, you know, going to do. Make sure that you explain that you're not going to be doing anything with them. It's just there. But that's my safe travels spell. Just gonna tie it up at the top because I don't want to add anything. I quite like that as it is, but that's my safe travel spell done. And I'm just gonna leave that to one side, and that can charge up until I need it. I hope that's been helpful for you. I hope I haven't waffled too much, but there we go. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learnt something. Again, if there is a spell that you'd like me to do, if there's a topic you'd like to learn about, please do suggest it in the comments. I do take everything on board, and I will see you again soon for some more magic. Stay safe, everyone, and blessings to you all.